You ain't scared of nobody. What you want to do? Come on, what you want,
man.
baby?
You a joke.
I ain't scared of you, man. I'm grown now. I'm grown. I ain't scared of you. What you want to do?
For many years, the Wayans family has dominated the comic scene. They started out small in New York, but have since dominated American television and cinema, changing the face of comedy in the process. Now let's go into the fascinating history of this extraordinary comic family. A brief history of the Wayans family. New York City's Chelsea Elliott houses provide the setting for the Wayans family's narrative. The now famous comedians' parents, Howell and Elvira Wayans, were struggling financially as they raised 10 children. Elvira was a social worker and Howell operated a store. The couple raised a family that valued diligence and persistence. The Wayans siblings, who were poor as children, drew courage and comfort from comedy. The second oldest, Kenan Ivory Wayans, often talks about how they made fun of mundane problems. We used to look at life and go, instead of crying about the things in our life, we always said, "What's funny about it?" Their stand-up comedy would be defined by their ability to find humor in the most unfair of situations. The kids' innate comic abilities really shone through as they matured. Those four, Kenan, Damon, Shawn, and Marlon, had the most natural talent for acting and writing. The unique viewpoint that they developed from their poor origins has since resonated with audiences throughout America, demonstrating that the funniest tales may occasionally originate from the most trying of situations. The pioneering concept for a sketch comedy program that would push boundaries and highlight predominantly black talent was offered by Kenan Ivory Wayans to the nascent Fox network in 1990. In Living Color, a program that revolutionized television humor, was born out of this idea. Audiences were captivated from the moment In Living Color debuted on April 15, 1990. There was nothing else on TV at the time like the program when it came to its unflinching treatment of racial problems, popular culture, and politics. It injected new ideas into the popular comedy genre with its diverse cast and crew. Characters and skits from the program got famous very fast. Damon Wean's Homie D Clown, whose signature line was, "Homie, don't play that," became viral. Fire Marshal Bill, Jim Carrey, and Flauberty film critic Blaine Edwards, David Alan Grier, were two more memorable characters. The successful program In Living Color served as a springboard for an astonishing assortment of talent. Jennifer Lopez, who began her career as a fly girl dancer, Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx, and other future stars, were presented to viewers on the program with the Wayans family. The impact of the play went much beyond the realm of humor. It was groundbreaking for its comedic treatment of taboo subjects, its support of black creatives on television, and the lasting impact it had on popular culture. By demonstrating that different perspectives could attract big mainstream audiences, In Living Color set the stage for more groundbreaking television. Highlights of individuals. Famed for his groundbreaking work on In Living Color, Kenan Ivory Wayans solidified his position as a cultural icon. A cult hit since its release in 1988, I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, introduced him to the world of merging social criticism with wild comedy. Apart from In Living Color, Kenan kept pushing the envelope. His 2000 horror comedy Scary Movie was a huge success and started a series. He became known for his biting social criticism and ability to lampoon pop culture. Even outside of his own endeavors, Kenan has an impact. Many performers and comedians, including his own brothers, have benefited from his guidance. He has become a revered figure in Hollywood because to his dedication to fostering possibilities for black talent. Even though Kenan has been more private in recent years, he has had a huge influence on television and humor. He demonstrated that comedy could be both funny and socially conscious, and his work paved the way for more diverse voices in the entertainment industry. Damon Wayans. Actor Damon Wayans sprang to fame after appearing on Saturday Night Live and In Living Color, where his physical comedic chops and flexibility were on full display, particularly in his portrayal of the legendary Homie D Clown. Following his breakout role in Living Color, Damon's career took off in the film and TV industries. The Last Boy Scout and Major Payne, Two of his action comedies showcased his acting chops. His biggest success after In Living Color came from television, however. He was the creator and star of the 5-season comedy My Wife and Kids, for which he received many NAACP Image Awards. The popularity of the program demonstrated Damon's talent for engaging viewers in a light-hearted manner while retaining his sense of humor. The actor Matt Damon has been steadily developing his acting chops in recent years, assuming more serious parts. Working on the Lethal Weapon TV series allowed him to showcase a different aspect of his skill, seamlessly combining comedic elements with action and drama. The versatility and development of Damon's acting chops have been constants throughout his career. Since he was the youngest of the Wayans brothers, Marlon had to put in a lot of time and effort to prove himself. He began his career on In Living Color, but it was his collaboration with brother Shawn that really catapulted him to stardom. Marlon's comedic career took off with films like Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood and Scary Movie. But it was 2004's White Chicks that really established him as a comic king. He was a co-writer and co-star with Shawn in the film, and it went on to become a cult classic. The versatility of Marlon's acting and producing chops has been on full display in recent years. From his own ventures, like as the NBC comedy Marlon and several stand-up specials for Netflix, to his more tragic performances, such as in Darren Aronofsky's Requiem for a Dream, he has done it all. Not only does Marlon's humor often test audience tolerance, but he is also well known for being candid about his own hardships and fighting for social justice. Fans love him, and his work is deeper because he isn't afraid to be vulnerable, whether in comedy or in public. Shawn Wayans. Prior to his work as a writer and performer, Shawn Wayans was known for his time on In Living Color as DJ SW1. A distinguishing feature of his career has been his relationship with younger brother Marlon, which has led to some of their greatest accomplishments. From 1995 until 1999, Shawn and Marlon's chemistry was on full display on the Wayans Brothers program, which launched their comedy partnership. Movies like Scary Movie and Don't Be a Menace maintained this partnership. Shawn often combines biting social criticism with wild humor in his work. White Chicks, a film he co-wrote and co-starred in with Marlon, tackles gender and racism through the lens of FBI agents posing as white ladies. Shawn Wayans may not get as much attention as his brothers, but he has made substantial contributions to the Wayans comic tradition. His behind-the-scenes work as a writer and producer was essential to many of the family's most successful projects. Some of the most beloved comedies of the last few decades have been Shawn's creations, thanks to his brilliant collaborations, especially with Marlon. A career in film for the Wayans brothers. The Wayans brothers' ability to capitalize on cultural occasions and their own style of comedy were hallmarks of their move from television to cinema. They established their tone for the rest of their career with films like I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, starring Kenan, and Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, a collaboration between Ivory and Marlon, which were both socially conscious and fearless in their approach. The parody genre was the Wayans' most lucrative one. Starring Marlon and Shawn and directed by Kenan, the Scary Movie series debuted in 2000 and quickly became a global sensation. Thanks to the first film's massive global success, a slew of sequels followed. The physical humor and cultural satire that the Wayans were known for were on full display in these flicks. The brothers started experimenting with new styles and parts as their careers developed. It was in tragic roles like Requiem for a Dream that Marlon demonstrated his versatility, while Damon was successful in action comedies like The Last Boy Scout and Major Payne. White Chicks, which starred Marlon and Shawn and was released in 2004, was perhaps their most influential picture in terms of culture. The brothers, dressed in whiteface, played undercover FBI agents in the financially successful and critically acclaimed film. It caused people to talk about gender, racism, and humor in general. The Wayans' comic approach changed as they got older. Their later works often included more emotion and societal criticism, but they nevertheless kept their bold, experimental style. Films such as Dance Flick and Little Man demonstrated their openness to exploring various comedy genres and narrative strategies. A mix of financial success and critical acclaim characterizes the Wayans brothers' filmography, but you can't deny the influence they have on comedic film. Their films, characters, and statements have entered popular culture and become quotable, solidifying their position in Hollywood history. Difficulties and debates. Despite their achievements, the Wayans family has faced many obstacles. The Wayans have had their fair share of creative disagreements, which can put a strain on relationships when working closely with family members. Some of these conflicts were brought to light by Kenan's resignation from In Living Color during its last season. Kenan decided to go because the show's controversial material often conflicted with network standards. Internal strife was also hinted at by Damon's departure from the program a year before. The fact that he brought up creative differences and his desire to work on other projects further suggested that family relationships may be complicated when applied to the workplace. The Wayans brothers had unique obstacles in the entertainment business due to their race. They have spoken up about the challenges of having projects approved and the pressure to fit in with particular expectations and preconceptions. Some of the brothers' humorous choices have also drawn criticism. On occasion, their films' use of harsh humor and stereotypes has caused controversy. Some have claimed that their work promotes harmful stereotypes, while others highlight their inclusive satire. Wayans have had to adapt to shifting tastes in humor as it has progressed. Millennials and Gen Zers may not appreciate the same things that were cool in the 90s. Because of this, their older work is being reanalyzed with a modern perspective. The Wayans family has shown remarkable resilience in the face of these obstacles. They've been making music, tweaking their sound while remaining loyal to their humorous origins. Their skill and determination in the face of adversity have allowed them to produce work that continues to touch people's hearts and minds. The Wayans family. Looking ahead. Beyond the founding siblings, the Wayans family has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. While carrying on their family's legacy of humor, the Wayans brothers and sisters are creating their own unique impression in Hollywood. Damon Wayans Jr., who is the son of the late actor Damon Wayans, is a major star in his own right. In his performances on New Girl and Happy Endings, two popular comedies, he displayed his signature style of witty one-liners. His performances on these programs prove that the Wayans family can still make viewers laugh and cry. Amai Wayans, who is the daughter of Marlon Wayans, has shown an interest in continuing the family business, but in writing and directing instead than acting. She offers a fresh perspective that might take the Wayans name into new territory, one that goes beyond acting and into other areas of cinema. A well-known figure in the world of stand-up comedy is Shawn Wayans, niece of the renowned Wayans brothers. Wayans' comic legacy receives fresh viewpoints from her performances, which often address her experiences as a gay woman of color. Although the Wayans family name is a boon to the next generation, it will be difficult for them to carve out their own niche in show business. Many have gone their own ways, striking off in fields like dramatic acting, screenwriting, and production. Just like their parents' generation, this one is adjusting to a different kind of entertainment. New opportunities for content creation and distribution have arisen thanks to social media and streaming platforms, which were unavailable to their parents' generation. While advancing their careers, the younger Wayans are doing double duty, paying tribute to and reimagining their family's heritage. Their achievements bode well for the Wayans family's future in show business. Impact of the Wayans on contemporary comedy. It is impossible to exaggerate the Wayans family's influence on diversity in the entertainment industry. Many other black comedians and artists were able to get their starts because of their success. In Living Color and similar shows, demonstrated that varied casts and viewpoints could attract big mainstream audiences, which paved the door for more inclusive programming in the future. A lot of current comedians take cues from the Wayans approach, which combines social criticism with extreme humor. It has been a frequent method in modern comedy for them to handle delicate themes using humor. In the 2000s, the spoof film genre was greatly aided by the family's success in parody, especially with the Scary Movie series. Lots of spoof films that came after it reflected this style. In terms of sketch humor, In Living Color was revolutionary. The show's rapid-fire, culturally relevant humor paved the way for similar shows like Chappelle's Show and Key and Peele. Its critiques of pop culture and racial problems have now become staples of contemporary sketch comedy. The Wayans family's ability to write, act, direct, and produce has served as an example to many contemporary comedians, encouraging them to be more hands-on with their work. Nowadays, it's very uncommon for comedians to produce and appear in their own shows, demonstrating a certain business drive. Astute businessmanship of the Wayans. The Wayans family may be most recognized for their acting roles, but their commercial savvy is a major contributor to their wealth. The Marlon and Kenan brothers in particular have shown an excellent grasp of the financial aspects of the entertainment industry. From the very beginning, Kenan Ivory Wayans established a precedent by guaranteeing creative control and ownership of In Living Color. This action enabled the Wayans family to reap a larger share of the show's popularity and served as a model for their subsequent endeavors. Keeping a tight rein on the creative process, the brothers often take on the roles of writer, producer, and even director for their own projects. By taking this tack, they were able to establish a reputation for a certain kind of humor that has been associated with the Wayans name. Film and television aren't the only mediums into which the Wayans have dabbled. For example, Marlon has put money into software firms and started a media business online. Shawn has taken note of the changing face of entertainment consumption and has investigated potential prospects in the digital realm. You may find their name on anything from goods to books to mobile applications. Despite the inevitable highs and lows of the entertainment business, the family has managed to stay afloat thanks to their many sources of income. Countless other Black performers have followed in the Wayans' footsteps by claiming ownership of their work and taking an active role in its production. For musicians of the future, their success shows how important it is to hold on to rights and be involved in the entertainment industry's financial side. The Wayans' impact on critical social theory. The Wayans family has made a name for themselves by using humor to make social statements. Their comedic timing allows them to handle weighty subjects that would be taboo for other forms of popular entertainment. Through their work on In Living Color and other films such as Don't Be a Menace and White Chicks, the Wayans have persistently tackled themes of race and representation in America. By bringing attention to racial stereotypes, sometimes by making them seem ridiculous, their art compels viewers to reflect about and maybe overcome their own prejudices. Questions of sexual orientation and gender identity have also been prominent in the family's comedic works. Films like White Chicks lightheartedly investigated gender performance and identity, while television shows like In Living Color featured characters who questioned conventional gender roles. The Wayans often address issues of class and economic hardship, drawing on their own experiences of growing up in public housing. Because of this viewpoint, they have been able to reach those who don't often see themselves represented in popular culture. The way the Wayans approach criticism has evolved with societal views. They are becoming more conscious of the responsibility and authority that comes with their platform, as seen by their more nuanced approach to delicate subjects in recent work. The Wayans have shown that comedy can be funny and make people think by constantly addressing social concerns in their work. They have inspired a new wave of comedians to utilize humor as a tool for social criticism. The Wayans family has made a lasting impression on humor with their appearances in everything from In Living Color to Hollywood blockbusters. They've done groundbreaking work that opens doors for underrepresented groups in the entertainment industry. The heritage of the Wayans is changing with each new generation that joins the profession. The fact that the family was able to rise from poverty to fame is a reflection of how funny, strong, and talented they are. Her legacy lives on in the daring, innovative humor that the Wayans name is still associated with.